Hi everybody, my name's Mick, and I want to make a statement of how I came to Jesus. It started with a long time ago when I was a child. I was brought up as a Catholic. Very quickly became self-centered and self-motivated and gave the church up. I had no respect for anybody. I didn't believe that anything was worth having unless I stole it. So much of my life was spent taking other people's property and also thinking that the whole world owed me a living rather than me go out and do anything for it. So my life was spent disagreeing with the law and making sure that I was in a position where I couldn't go out too often and take other people's property. When it came to being anywhere according to God, we had an agreement. I wouldn't thieve from his church and he would leave me alone. And that worked right up until the time when my daughter became very ill. And she was in hospital with lots of different things that were causing her a lot of problems. While I was in the hospital with my daughter on deathbed, we had some people from the church, because she was a Christian, were coming in to pray over her. When this guy kept coming in, he didn't seem very interested in my daughter, but he did seem interested in me. And he kept saying, "Shall we pray together?" And I would say, "No, you're okay, off you go." He kept coming each day, sometimes twice a day, and he would say to me things like, "I really think Jesus wants you to pray." And I would explain to him the relationship that me and Jesus had was that I promised not to steal from his house if he leaves me alone. And so far it's been quite happy. And he kept on. Well, eventually when my daughter the death certificate was ready and waiting, I knew that I couldn't be selfish any longer. And I did actually get down on my knees and pray. I hadn't slept properly for a while. When I did fall asleep and woke up the next day, I was frightened that I had missed the very point of where my daughter, I wanted to hold my daughter's hand when she died. So I went to the nurse and asked her where they'd take my daughter. And they said that they were turning the machines off when she showed signs of life. They had to turn the machines back on. When the people from the church come in to do their prayers, I told them that what had happened, that the hospital had saved her and she was not dying now. And the chap that kept coming round asking me to pray was standing at the back of them all, and he looked over at me and he said, "You prayed." And the first words I said was, "No, I didn't." And he looked a big smile, and I have not seen that man since. I approached several people from the church that she went to, and they definitely said it was not them. After telling somebody about this, my only conclusion is he was an angel. And one of those things that makes me think that is when he was talking to me, he was at eye level. When he was talking from the back of somebody, he was looking over them as though he was standing on a box of some sort, but there was no box around. So I naturally assumed that he was my angel. I've had many instances since then of things happening that are quite unexplainable. 8 days later, my daughter walked out the hospital. I hadn't seen my daughter walk for many years. She asked me if I would go to church because she was going to church, and because I made a promise to God that I would do all I can to thank him each day for giving me her back. That's what I'd done. I got to one church that where the pastor was talking about baptism, and I thought, if I'm going to do this, I've got to do it all for God and not for me. So I was baptized, and my life today is completely changed. I haven't been arrested. In fact, I haven't even stolen anything from anybody for many years. So if you're thinking about praying, or you're thinking about giving up an addiction, ask the Lord. He's helped me, and he can help you as well.